It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens. And it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. But today, two AFC teams set to do battle. It should be a good one, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. At CD, it was a bit of a hectic offseason for the Ravens. The questions at quarterback, they went all the way till draft night. But in the end, Lamar Jackson is back, and these folks in Maryland, they couldn't be happier.
No, they couldn't, and listen, they'll take a hectic offseason if it ends this way. Lamar Jackson back, taking every snap for their Baltimore Ravens. Brand new offensive coordinator. Don't be surprised if the ball's in the air a little bit more than what we've seen in the past.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Dolphins, we know about the weapons on offense on the perimeter. But do you think this is a team, Charles, that needs to step it up defensively to go to the next level?
I do, and they have the pieces in place. They have excellent players. Perhaps the new system that's been brought in will give them that edge that they need in the AFC East.
Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And they will elect to not bring this one out, as our first drive will begin at the 25. The Ravens offense set to go to work, and it's Lamar Jackson now in his 6th NFL campaign who will lead the way.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
Jackson looking to throw right away. Being chased out left. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Jackson, option right. The quick feet by Jackson. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. Nice pickup, 10 yards and a first down on the keeper. And this, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. I have to imagine many defensive coordinators had a sleepless night trying to game plan ways to slow down Lamar Jackson. What do you think is the most effective way to try to do it?
Well, you've got to be a little counterintuitive because normally you're sitting on the wide receiver 1, aren't you? But with Lamar Jackson, I'd sit on the tight end. He loves to throw into the middle of the field, loves that position as his #1 target. Take that away and hope you have a corner who can stand up man-to-man against his speed guy on the perimeter.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 14 yards that time and a first down on the keeper.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off the option, here's Edwards. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Jackson setting up the screen here to Edwards. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
Well, that's what's called being aggressive right there, but I don't know that it's reckless. I think it's much more of a message, hey, defense, I believe in you in case we don't get it, and offense trying to let them know he believes in them as well.
I like it. Your first drive of the game in. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Isaiah Likely from 10 yards out. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. That was a really good opening drive on a number of fronts. 10 plays, very methodical, set the tone.
So you know right now, if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're on the sidelines.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And finishing that drive off was the touchdown grab by Isaiah Likely. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Braxton Berrios selecting to bring it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Now Tua Tagovailoa gets set to lead this Dolphins offense for the first time.
Every quarterback in the NFL has a little bit of his own signature style out there, but for this guy, he really plays the game in a different way. It's led to a couple double takes from us up here as we see him as something truly unique. It's not that he's just the strongest passer or the best athlete to ever play the position. He just has a certain way of seeing the action, and it allows him to make some special plays out there.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now the rookie 3rd-round pick, it's Devon Achane. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Now their 31-year-old running back, Raheem Mostert. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And going deep for Hill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
So on 4th down, here's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fielded at about the 28. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And credit the tackle to Brandon Jones.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. And they run with Edwards off the option. And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Braxton Berrios deep for Miami. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. A short throw there. That's to Smythe, the tight end. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Tua going to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Looking to pass, Tua. That is caught, and they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. A beautiful fake. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 7. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack.
A good scheme and an early win for this pass rush. They got back there before he could work through his entire progression and ended that play early.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion right here. First carry now for Justice Hill. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now it's Jackson. They'll run the screen with Mitchell. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. A short throw there, that's to Smythe, the tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And his throw is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Tua. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team. So
the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. From the gun, a run with Mostert. He will push his way down to about the 14. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Running right, here's Achane. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Give him 30 yards there.
He scored their touchdown earlier, and this had a chance to be another. This secondary scrambling for answers, looking at each other, trying to figure out who is going to put the clamps on this guy, because right now he's absolutely shredding them.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Jackson going to keep it running right. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Mitchell will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
If you're going to keep these guys out of the end zone, you've got to be able to commit to stopping the run, and that's a nice job there getting the safeties involved in run support.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Mitchell again, and this time he's going to lose yardage as they push him back to the 4-yard line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
3rd and goal, Jackson. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Ravens have taken the lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Tucker now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's Rashad Bateman who finished it all off with a touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback. Barrios deciding not to bring it out. Dolphins offense returning to the field. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Out route to Hill, complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. On play action, here's Tua. A short throw there. That's to Smythe, the tight end. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Tua now on first down. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. 2nd down and 4. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That's to Waddle on the quick slant. And Waddle going to have a Dolphins first down as a tackle made at the 18. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Tua sets up to pass it. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Tua. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. This from 36 yards out. The kick by Sanders is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Ravens going to get one more drive here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, a run for Hill. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Jackson. A quick reaction as he catches it off the tip. That one a first down pickup of 8. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment, but welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports halftime report. The Ravens were led in that first half by who else? The former MVP Lamar Jackson. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way for his guys to take this lead into the intermission.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. One touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Berrios now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
Third quarter starts with a run from Mostert. Oh, some strong running, and they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
At halftime, you had to feel like the defense had to be in a good position. They had to feel good about themselves. They'd had this guy boxed in all game long, but after that run, that might be the breakthrough that he's looking for. Now they may have some difficulty dealing with him the rest of today.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here's 2nd and 7. Tua going to throw. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Tua. And that is incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. That time Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn.
There he goes, right side. And they work this out past the 25. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? 5 defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
double
dime. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
Yeah, we saw that advantage right there. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. He'll get this to Flowers, left side. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Play action. It's Jackson. No, he doesn't have it. Maybe some alligator arms there going over the middle. 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now it's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. The quick feet by Jackson. Now he's into the clear again. Inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. It's a scintillating run by Lamar Jackson, and the Ravens go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson, and really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy's simply sensational.
Tucker now to add the point after. And the lead is up to 14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throw to the right, taken in by Berrios. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to pass, Tua. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa, and that's incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively, and you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Now a 2nd and 10. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Here comes third down at 7. Now it's Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 40. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 9. They run once more with Edwards. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 22-yard line. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
And we're in Baltimore, 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
On 3rd down, Jackson. On target to his man, Likely. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. He'll look to Mostert to start things out. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. 2nd down and 8. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He's going to air one out. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Down the sideline he goes. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Braxton Berrios, 79 yards. And the Dolphins get a bit closer. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Jackson now. A slant route caught by Bateman. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Three quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Edwards. And he goes out right around the 39. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. This is about what you'd expect. Defense selling out to stop the run. Pretty good on first and second down.
Yeah, you're no longer really worried about making sure you're holding up the offensive lineman as a defensive lineman. Now you're just talking about getting in gaps. You're trying to get upfield, penetrate, and make a play on the football, especially, you know, before the running back really gets control of it. That's what you're doing. You're also bringing the linebackers in to jam the line of scrimmage, and a safety or two is going to be there as well.
And he will have a Ravens first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them. Totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Complete to Likely. So no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The Ravens send their punter out now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Tua sets up to pass it. And he'll complete this one to Barrios. It'll go as a gain of 4. And just like that, it's 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That is caught. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Up the middle they go with Mostert. Down inside the 40.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a 2nd and 6. Here's Tua. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Tua going to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bradley Chubb able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. That time, finally, a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Catch that, baby. That's how we eat. Let's do this, man.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. Throwing is Jackson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that is no good. And the lead will hold at 10. Now, Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. A short throw there, that's to Smythe, the tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good start there on this 4th quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time, all right? It's not like they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Tua. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
John Harbaugh never shy about bringing out the red challenge flag, and he'll do so here. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide, and I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the gun, it's Tua. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd in a couple. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here.
I like his awareness in the pocket there. Nowhere to go with the football, so instead of forcing it to the sideline, he's just going to put this one into the harbor and live to fight another down without getting wet.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaken up on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Here we go. Keep grinding. Keep grinding. Get something together.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? Advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, were they about 95% chance of winning it?
I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free.
Up the middle, here's Edwards. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Try to take this home, they'll run. And Edwards trying to push forward, but unsuccessful. They stop him short of the marker. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to kick it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. So Tua and the Dolphins down by 10. A little under 1:50 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Here's Tua. That'll be caught by Hill. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Well, they're not going to go quietly. That's a big play right there. 2 scores down. They're not out of this, but they've got to move.
One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now Tua. They set up the screen. Achane has it. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
A big play here as the crowd noise rises. 3rd and 1. Tua. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and saying, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
And the Ravens taking the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Let's go, baby. Turn.
The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.